Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Woo-woo! Hump day! Yeah!
Hey everyone, we're back. Show's back. It's Wednesday, it's hump day. And thank you guys for stopping by and spending a little time with me tonight. Yes, we are starting a little bit early today, and I'll give you the reason behind that real quick as we get started here. So yes, Mike, it is a little bit early, but there is a reason for that. So Nerd Lounge Master reached out to me a little earlier today. He said, hey, we're starting Arcades Anonymous a little bit early today. We've got a guest on who can't be on for the whole show, so they wanted to give him a little extra time. So they're going to be starting their show at 8:30 tonight. So I decided that I would move my show up 7:30 so that there wouldn't be any issues of, my show running over theirs or whatever with that. Now let me start with this, because I know this comes up a lot, when it comes to YouTube and streaming like that. It's my show, and it's my prerogative as to when I stream, how long I stream. I can do whatever I want. I could have this show start at 9 o'clock, same time as Arcades Anonymous. I could start the show at 7 o'clock. I could start at 8. I could go till 10. I can do whatever I want. It's my show. But I'm a big fan of those guys over at Arcades Anonymous. Nerd Lounge Master, Gamer Fridge, Stock Jock, G.I. Joel, Chaotic. I know I'm forgetting somebody, and I'm going to kick myself for forgetting somebody, but all those guys, the guys who come in and out from the show, Galaga guy, I'm a big fan of those guys. And it's something that's, it's more a thing of respect and professional courtesy that I try to keep my show to the hour that I do, to not stream over them too much. I know there's people in this chat. I know you like to tell me when 9 o'clock hits, hey, Arcades Anonymous is starting. Like you're telling me to wrap it up. And listen, I appreciate you keeping me on time. But again, it's my show. I will do it when I want. I will go for as long as I want. But like I said, I have a lot of love and respect for those guys. And I do try to keep it the way that I do, because like I said, I know a lot of you guys like to go watch their show too and things like that. Of course, as usual, I will have the show set to redirect over to them at right around, when I'm done, right around 8:30 or so as normal. So that is why the show is just a little bit earlier tonight. It's professional courtesy for my brothers over at Arcades Anonymous. Glad you guys are here. Glad you guys could jump on a little early with me as well to kick things off and get things started. All right, let me say hi to some of the people in the chat, and then we'll jump into some stuff. I've got a few different things that I want to talk about tonight. You guys saw the thumbnail. You know a lot of what I'm going to talk about. There's a couple other little things that I wanted to bring up as well. Let me say hi to my buddy here, Steve Sale. Always good to see you. We got Josh Dendy in the house. Number two. We got Jim, the Pacers fan, here saying hello. We've got my buddy and moderator, Jason Lillian. Jason, I hope you are feeling better. I know you've been a little under the weather lately. Hope you're doing well. I'm glad you could be here with me tonight. Always good to have you here and know you got my back. Ritual Dello is here as well. We got Bobby 1ALU. Nod used to mean something. Maybe this nod will get back to what it was. Well, I've got a little information on that, maybe a little bit more than has been made public before this. So we'll see if you think it's good news or not. Let's see who else we got. We got Prince Vinny here as well. Already said hi sort of to my buddy Moat. Woo woo. As a matter of fact, boy, Mike is making the rounds. because he's going to be on Arcade Insiders tomorrow night. And then I know, and he and I are going to be guesting on Super Game Room Dudes this Friday. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to spending time with my buddy Moat online again. So good to see Mike of All Trades. Good to see you here. Good to see you going to be on some other shows for sure. Let's see what else we got going on here. We've got Steve Blurch here. Hope we get some Zen news from AtGames. Well, maybe. Talk about that a little bit too. Tim York was here earlier. I think he was the first guy in the chat for sure. I know JJ was here as well. 19K Fox, always good to see you, brother. Glad you are here. Remember, Bill, we're rebels. We do what we want. That being said, I hope Nerd Lounge Master slipped you a bag of sour Skittles. I don't know, but Stock Truck mentioned something about a pickle. I don't know what that's all about. Leon Spiegel. Now, that's a name I do not recognize. Thank you for being here, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, Jason, suffering, Bill, but I suffer a little less being here. Well, you are too kind. I hope you just continue to feel better, man. You got to get well soon. And we got B Kirby here as well. B Kirby, good. It was good to see you on Arcade Insiders last week. It was good to see you on with Mike on Monday. Always good to see some different faces get on and interact with people. Dude, they don't give me a break. You're a good man, Mo. You are a good man for sure. All right, let's get into some stuff. Before I get into some of the main topics tonight. Oh, we got Chaotic here. We got Chaotic stopping by. Always good to see you, man. How many of you guys watched the recent Nintendo Direct? Because I didn't think it was that bad. I thought they introduced some really interesting things for sure. But there was one thing that kind of jumped out at me that I wanted to share with you guys tonight. Now, one of the main criticisms, and there are a few, but one of the main criticisms that I've heard about like the Nintendo Switch Online service, and it's the same problem you get with like PlayStation Plus and Xbox Gamer Pass and all that kind of stuff, is that you're paying for a subscription service for games that you can't own. You can't just you can't just buy the games outright. As long as you pay for the service, you have access to those games. But as soon as you stop paying, you lose complete access to this game. And that's why a lot of people really liked back in the days of the Wii when they had the Virtual Console. Because with the Virtual Console, you actually could buy and purchase and own the games. Well, they're bringing back the Virtual Console, sort of. There's a company called Hamster, and they have been doing for years now. They've had their arcade archives, where every month or so they release an arcade game to home consoles that you can buy and own and play and whatever. And honestly, they're not cheap. They're anywhere from like $6 to $8 or even like $12 for their Arcade Archives 2 that they started, which is the more high-end games. Like one of the games they announced for Nintendo Switch was going to be Ridge Racer. And that one is going to be, a little on the more expensive side. But they also announced something else along with the arcade archives. Let me bring this up really quick here and show you guys what I'm talking about. Let's see. So let me just play this real quick. So they announced their new initiative, which is Console Archives. And this is where they're going to be offering console games from different systems and stuff like that. You see, they've announced Doraemon, Sonic Wings Special. The first two games that are actually available right now, if you own a Switch 2, are this one, Cool Borders, and Ninja Gaiden 2. Now, Ninja Gaiden 2, I believe, is already available on the Switch Online, but you don't own it. You're renting it through the online service. So now, basically, you've got the ability to buy and own these games, very similar to how it used to be with the Virtual Console. Let me bring this up again really quick to show you. And these two are available right now. Again, this is only for Switch 2. So I have the original Switch. I don't have a Switch 2 yet, so this is not available to me. But for those of you guys who own a Switch 2, you could check this out right now. You've got the Cool Borders game, which goes for $11.99, and Ninja Gaiden 2, The Dark Sword of Chaos, for $7.99. Now, I will tell you, I think those prices are a little high. I think they should definitely be cheaper than that, but it is kind of a cool option. Cool Borders was released by System Analysis for a 32-bit home. Interestingly enough, I don't think it tells you which console version this was, because I believe Cool Borders was available for a couple of different ones, like PlayStation and 64, stuff like that. This feels like it might be the PlayStation version, but I could be wrong about that. And then, of course, like I said, Ninja Gaiden 2, obviously the NES version of this. But still, what do you guys think? I think it is kind of interesting that they're doing this. Like I said, it reminded me a lot of the Virtual Console, but I will say that I think that the pricing is a little high on that per game. I feel like they should be a little bit cheaper than that. Let's see, what do we got going on here? Everybody in the chat just kind of saying hi to each other, which is cool. But guys, let me know what you think about that. Do you think that's kind of an interesting thing that they're doing, or is it too rich for your blood to pay that kind of money for those games? Especially, like, again, you consider, Ninja Gaiden 2 is already on the Switch Online. So if you're already paying for the Switch Online service, I don't know why you'd pay $8 for it. Yes, JJ, I did. I started a little bit early today. You'll have to rewind and watch the beginning of the show to find out why that is. But I did see you in the chat earlier. Good to see you back again. And Bobby One ALU says, I agree, seems a little bit high, but it's a neat offering. So that's that. I just wanted to bring that up in case you guys missed it or kind of glossed over it in everything else that the Nintendo Direct had to show. And speaking of Nintendo Direct, for those of you guys who don't know or missed the announcement, Sony is following suit with their State of Play. And this is going to be tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. Says here, tune in live this Thursday for 60 plus minutes of news, gameplay updates, and announcements from game studios across the globe. February State of Play will spotlight eye-catching third-party and indie games headed to PS5, along with the latest from teams at PlayStation Studios. So, excuse me. So this being over an hour long, this is probably going to be a pretty big State of Play for them to really start off the year. There should be some really interesting announcements from this. I'm not really sure, what you got my foot there. No, man, you're cool. It's okay. You guys can say hi to each other in the chat. I have no problem with that. I like when the chat interacts with each other. It's fun. That's what we're here for. But guys, like I said, I just wanted to bring this up real quick. State of Play tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern. So if you're a PlayStation, if you're a Sony fan, check this out. Like I said, it looks like it's probably going to be a pretty big one for sure. Let's see, Jason, this is about the the virtual console stuff. It's a good option. I have so many ways to play the games already, but it's certainly convenient. Yeah, and it, like I said, I feel like even though I think the games are a little too expensive, I feel like it meets the criticism that a lot of these other online services get, that you don't really own the game. Now, again, it's digital copy, so own is a relative term for sure. I mean, how many people bought games on the virtual console, and if you don't, still have that system or whatever anymore, you don't have them either. But still. Hey, Thumper Squid, good to see you. Bill demands total attention. you guys are too funny. I was trying to make a serious point there. But again, I'm glad you guys are here. I'm glad you guys are with me. All right, let's get on to some of the main news, and we're going to start with this. We're going to talk about AtGames first, because I've actually got a few interesting things here for you guys. At least I hope you will find them interesting. Let's see. So this was their official announcement, went out on email recently. National Owners Day, nod. February sale right around the corner, beginning February 12th, which is tomorrow. Unlock major discounts across our most popular Legends family products. Let's see. It says Ultimate Experience. Build your dream setup with 6 exclusive Legends 4K offers. Buy a select Legends 4K machine, including Addams Family, Attack from Mars, and Jurassic Park, and get the arcade control panel and or interactive topper for up to 80% off. Hardware bargains, get the Legends Pinball Micro HD for just $289.99 with free shipping. And digital deals, expand your collection with up to 50% off select pinball tables and services for all Legends pinball devices. So that's the official email that went out. And then we've got this as well. I'll bring this up. Where are you? Hang on. I guess I'll do that. There we go. Just see what everybody's saying. All right. So this is a flyer that went out to people and talking about the National Owners Day. Again, you're looking at the $289.99 for the micro pinball here, 50% off on Pinball Net. So if you wanted to subscribe to the Pinball Net service, again, talking about, subscription services where you don't own anything, that is going to be 50% off. Same thing with Arcade1up, and then 50% off on their pinball packs. Again, probably not going to include Zen. It's probably just going to be, the AtGames originals, the Gottlieb, the Magic Pixels, Zachariah stuff. But there's still a few packs that you haven't gotten. Like Jason Lillian says here, there's a few more recent tables I haven't picked up, and I'll pick those up on sale, but that's about it. Then you might want to check them out. I know some of the recent releases, Clown was an okay table, but at 50% off, it might be worth a pickup for sure. Hopefully the new Tropical EM Plus that they just put out will be on sale. If it is, it's definitely one worth picking up for sure. Thumper Squid says if it hits 250, I'm all in on the micro. I don't know if it'll go that low, but then again, I mean, normal price on it, they're saying is 600. So it is still a pretty good deal. Just as Ritual Dello says here. Now, while I've got this one up, let me do this instead. Let me change the screen over. There is something else I want to talk about with this. Hold on. All right, here we go. So let me bring this up for a second. So this is their website right now. Obviously, National Owners Day has not started yet. Oh, look at this. Nerd Lounge Master gifted 10 memberships to the Billbarians. Nerd Lounge Master, thank you so much for that. Definitely appreciated. I get to show off my new video. Hang on. Here we go. There you go. Welcome to the Billbarians. Thank you for that, Nerd Lounge Master. Definitely appreciate that. All right, let's getting back to this. So I did get a little bit more information from AtGames regarding this National Owners Day sale above and beyond what they've already put out. So let me go through this real quick, and you can see I've got the AtGames family pinball up here. There's a couple of different options. You've got your premium starter. You've got your premium starter with SSF kit. You've got your premium standard. So here's the premium starter. And here's what I've been told. If I can get this to come over right. So the ones that they're going to have on sale in terms of the machine. So if you were waiting for some deals to actually get a 4KP, they do have a few on this. So the Jurassic Park, Attack from Mars, and the Addams Family, the premium starters, they're going to have these at $100 off. So you save $100 on this, and you can add the topper because this version doesn't come with the topper for $30. And the arcade control panel for $70. So for just $100 more, you can get the topper and the control panel with this. Now the $100 off isn't, great. It's something, but those two things to go with it at that price is a really, really good deal. Now, if you wanted the version with the SSF kit, this is actually going to be $300 off. Do they actually have the pricing? It looks like they've actually got the pricing already set up for it. Looks like they got the pricing already set up for the SSF kit or one already for some weird reason. So this is going to be $300 off. And then the same thing, you can get the topper for $30 and the control panel for $70. You could do one or the other or both on it. So again, they are going to have a few deals here. And then if you wanted the standard version that already comes with the topper, again, same thing, $100 off. And you can add the control panel for $105 to this one. Now, if we look at the accessories for this, that topper normally goes for $150. So to get that for only $30, not $30 off, $30 is actually a really good deal. And then the same thing with the control. I know the control panel, some people like it, some people don't, whatever. But $70 instead of $350, again, is actually a really good deal on this. Now, I wish they could knock the machines down more than just $100 or $300. But for people who have complained that National Owners Day has been nothing but just sales, just knocking down the price on the pinball packs, and you're not going to get anything else. At least they are putting a couple of these machines on a discount. What other pinball machines have they? Do they have only Addams? No. So it's Addams Family. The ones that are on sale. So here's the machines. You have Addams Family, Peanuts, the Dinosaur Dynasty, Star Trek, Jurassic Park, Attack from Mars, and Sea of Thieves. The ones that are on sale are the Addams Family, Jurassic Park, and Attack from Mars. Attack from Mars is probably the best one. Unfortunately, that one they don't have with the SSF kit right now for some weird reason. I wish they'd get that one back because that would be a good one to get. I do want to point one other thing out that I noticed, and I don't know if this is just weird, just wrong on the website, or if they've changed things. Although it's here too. This is what I don't. This is something I don't get, and I want to point this out because I don't want to make this all sunshine and roses. The starter version is supposed to be the lower price starter option that doesn't come with as much stuff as the standard. All of a sudden, they're the same price now, which I don't get. So $16.99 for the starter, $16.99 for the standard, $21.99 starter and standard if you get the SSF kit. And you can see the difference here. With the starter, you only get one table, whatever the main table is for the theme. You don't get all the other tables. You don't get the topper. You have to pay for the advanced features, OTG and stuff like that, whereas it's included here. I don't know why anybody would buy the starter over the standard if they're the same price. So I don't know. AtGames, you got a tendency to do some good things, and then you got a tendency to do some weird things like that. So I don't know what the deal is here, but I don't want to gloss over it because I'm sure you guys probably noticed it as I was going through it anyway. So like I said, I did not want to gloss over it. Oh, look at this. Look at this. P-Dub's coming in with 10 memberships as well. Thank you so much for doing that. All right. Got to show the video again now. Here we go. Thank you, P-Dubs. Thank you for that. And congrats to everybody who is getting memberships. Oh, I'm sorry. I screwed that up. That's all right. I showed the video again anyway. This is just showing that he's been a member for 10 months. Thank you for that. Thank you for being a member. I screwed up. I read it. This is what happens when you read the chat wrong sometimes. But thank you, P-Dubs, for being a supporter of the channel for 10 months. I appreciate that. Yeah, well, that's why they are. They're the Bilberians. They are. All right, let me just jump up the chat here and see what everybody's saying. Micro was $2.50 for free shipping on Amazon. Giving some love to Nerd Lounge Master for gifting the the memberships. I'm glad you guys like the video. Thank you so much for that. The Bill Bear like dubs. Oh, that's funny. Yes, I would agree that the SSF kit is a must if you're going to do that. Do you still have to pay for $200 for streaming sideline? Yes, with the starter you do. With the standard you don't. And again, that's why I don't understand why they're the same price. That to me is just weird that they're the same price now. So I don't know what's going on with that. Thumper Squid likes the control panel, and I would agree that for $30, that topper it's like a no-brainer if you were going to pick that up. They never released the Sea of Thieves. Really? Huh. That's weird. We need another pinball competitor. I refuse to buy the 4K with the whole Zen situation. I'll stick with OTG on my HD. I get that. Might be some interesting news on the Zen front. So hang on a minute, and I will get to that soon. Speaking of members for a while, there's Ritual Dello, who has been a member for 5 months. I don't know why it says support me. I know I changed it. I thought I changed it to the Bilberians. So I'm going to have to look at that for sure. And of course, Goofyfoot, who has been a member of the channel since I started the memberships. Always good to have you here, Goofy. I'll fix it. I'll get right on that. I will get right on that. Need a variant with an axe. Do you know how many times I had to go through Sora to get it to do it the way I thought it looked at least somewhat good? I still don't understand why I'm grabbing the sword why I'm grabbing the sword part and not the the hilt of it. But there's only so much you could do. but maybe an axe would actually work better. I'll have to try that. Hey, Mr. Hector. Good to see you. Good to see you here, man. All right. Now, in terms of Zen, in terms of AtGames, there was a couple of other things that I wanted to bring up, and I think I lost part of what I was looking for. Hang on one second while I find it again. I think is this going to be it? Come on. Or did I download it? I had the new schedule. Here it is. I don't have to go looking for it. All righty, let me bring this up now. All right, so some of you guys may have seen this already. I just wanted to go over this real quick. Get in there, Mr. Hector. Zim. Little fun from our walkabout golf time together. All right, so a lot of you probably saw this already. They put out an announcement recently talking about some of the new tables that they have coming out soon. Clown Deluxe, Tropical EM Plus already out. Looks like in another week or two here, we're going to get Nautilus EM Plus. You got a couple of these other electromechanical plus tables coming out throughout the year, as well as some AtGames originals, Police Street Patrol, Dinosaur, Dynasty 3, Sky Titans, which could be really cool, and some kind of update to Ninja Turtles. We'll have to see what that is going to end up being. But a lot of people were really concerned about this because it doesn't show Zen tables. Well, AtGames did say at the same time that they put this out that they would be making some further announcements in regards to Zen and some updates to the Gottlieb table. So there is more coming from this. This is just the schedule again for the Magic Pixel and their originals and whatever. But I do want to just share one little piece of news that I got, and I'm going to be very careful about how I say this. I will just say this: if you're interested in Zen tables, keep an eye out over the coming weeks, because I've got a sneaking suspicion that there is another Zen table coming before the end of the month. Just I'll leave it at that. But if you're looking for Zen, just hold on, because they might have something for you before the end of this month. So, which I think is good news. So keep an eye out for that. And now we got B Kirby coming in, gifting 10 memberships. Thank you so much for that, B Kirby. Always good to have you here. Always good to have you supporting the channel. I definitely appreciate it. Do you guys want to see the video again? Am I going to have to show the video again? All right. As Michael P. the Game Genie says, you got to give the people what they want. And I'm going to have to find a way to change that so that it says it right and doesn't just say the support me on it. I can neither confirm nor deny this one. I didn't ninja dodge that one. So I guess you got your membership, huh? Awesome. Awesome. You guys are great. Big Kirby, thank you for that. Definitely appreciated it. So yeah, so there we go with that games news. Like I said, I will keep it at that for now. But like I said, if you're, there's no shortage of tables coming. And like I said, hopefully there's at least one more Zen coming this month. We'll see what happens after that. So, yep, keep an eye out for it. Like I said, hopefully it makes it out and they don't have to push it back, because that happens from time to time, which is why I wanted to be very careful about what I said. Like I said, don't hold me to it, because things happen. But if it goes as planned, you should see something before the end of the month. All righty, let's see. Let's move on to Iconic. Let's talk a little Iconic, because there's been a little bit of Iconic news lately. Some of you may have seen this announcement. Uh-oh. Hang on. I'll be right back. Just dropped my mouse. Hang on. Stupid mouse fell off the back of the desk. Hang on. I'm a professional. What, I come in 10 minutes late and AtGames is already over? You missed it. What can I tell you? All right. So this post was put up on the Iconic Facebook group, as well as a few other places. I think it was on the Arcade Insiders and Facebook group. Like I said, a few other places. Arcade cabinets are on the way, finally. And this post is directly from John D himself. It says, first and foremost, thank you to those who pre-ordered the Street Fighter XT machines. Your loyalty has been everything to us, particularly through the long, challenging, and often frustrating delays you've endured. We know this journey has tested your patience, and we're deeply grateful that you chose to stick with us. Today, we're finally excited to share an update that you've all been waiting for. The arcade machines have left the factory and are officially on the move. Shipping timeline, shipment departure February 17th, U.S. arrival March 30th, home delivery shortly after customs clearance, so on and so forth. And there is a website here where you can track. And the problem is that this is where it starts to get a little bit sticky. And let me change over to this. So following over to that website where you can do the tracking, there's a couple of things going on. All right. First problem is, and I know a lot of you are aware of this already, is that Chinese New Year starts this week coming up. As a matter of fact, it officially kicks off February 17th. Although I know a lot of friends of mine and whatever, they're starting the celebration here around the weekend, but officially it's the 17th when it kicks off. So to have these have to hit the boat, on the 17th is going to be pretty tight. And as a matter of fact, let me see if I can blow this up as I go through it so you guys can see it a little bit better. This is now actually showing that the ship isn't going to depart until February 24th. So what, a full week later, which probably means that like I said, the 17th was a little optimistic, that it wasn't going to be interfered with because of Chinese New Year. Sticky, yeah. Yes, that's what I said. I said sticky. Well, if you follow this along, that means they're gonna leave China on the boat on the 24th. Supposed to hit Newark on April 6th. So they're going to hit over here in the East Coast on April 6th, then depart from there on the 8th, or actually rather on the 9th is when they depart to get to Indianapolis around the 14th, leave there on the 16th, and get to Greenwood, which I believe is California, on the 17th. So now, instead of these being March 30th as what was originally announced, and this was just a couple of days ago that this was announced, now you're looking at these not actually hitting their final destination to get into warehouses before they even get out to people until mid to late April 17th. Yeah, and Jason says here, April 17th delivery date, then it needs to get to warehouses and be processed before shipment. So at this point, you're probably not actually looking to get it until the end of April or the beginning of May. Now, that is not to say, that is not to feed into the, the idea of this is a scam. These things aren't coming. They're obviously coming. They're obviously on the way already, at least somewhat, even if they haven't actually left China yet. They've left the manufacturer. They're on their way to the ship to be prepared for departure. So these are coming. Okay. I am not sitting here saying you're never getting these things. They're coming. They're just coming once again a little bit later than people had anticipated. So if you saw that announcement, and it'll definitely get sticky once it arrives in Newark. This is true, Brooklyn. This is very true. I don't know about first, but if all goes as planned, they could be close. They could be close. Excuse me. They could be close to around the same time. China to Newark, then the West Coast seems like there could have been a shorter route. Maybe, or maybe this was the cheaper option. I don't know. But like I said, I just wanted to kind of show this and maybe, again, temper expectations a little bit, make you guys aware of the fact that, yeah, as a lot of people are going to be out there saying it's another delay, and it kind of is another delay. But it would have been nice if they could have gotten these out. If they could have gotten these out just a week or two sooner. If they could have gotten these out at the very beginning of February instead of the middle of February, like I said, where it bumps up against Chinese New Year, I think they would have had a better shot of actually getting this into people's hands by the end of March or the beginning of April. Again, a lot of times these companies just can't seem to get out of their own way with this kind of stuff. It's just bad timing or just not really managed properly and whatever. Newark to CA and back to NC. Oh, Nerd Lounge Master. I know. I'm sorry. That's what you get for pre-ordering, brother. I'm sure it'll get delivered while I'm at Midwest Gaming and then subsequently stolen off my porch. I would probably laugh my ass off if that happened. I wouldn't. I'd be pissed, brother. I would definitely be pissed. Will be interesting to see, based on these fairly low sales numbers, of whether it's seen as a solid path forward for future cabinets. Yes, that definitely will be. Listen, it's all going to hinge on the people who get these and if they're good, if they like them or not. That's going to be a big deciding factor. Again, people keep saying there's still a lot of stuff. These are already on their way. There's still a lot of stuff that people haven't seen. They haven't really seen gameplay. They haven't fully seen what the UI is going to look like, how you're going to, menuing system, how you're going to move around and interact and whatever. And, some people are okay with that. Some people maybe not so much. I don't know. I am curious to see them when they come out. I did not pre-order it. I know apparently there are going to be more available after this initial run of them. So there's actually going to be some available with this initial run, apparently, not just to the pre-orders, but then there's supposed to be a second batch after that. So who knows? Maybe this is a cab that they will continue to sell throughout the year, and people can get an opportunity to get it once some of the initial people get their hands on it and see it. We'll have to wait and see. And then, of course, we'll have to wait and see if that means anything for a second one, like a Double Dragon or something like that. See, I don't know. They probably arrive third week of March, and then delivery would start. It doesn't take 5 to 6 weeks, more like 3 weeks on the water. I'm cool with that. I guess the only thing I can say to this is obviously nothing's actually left yet. It's not going to leave at this point now. It says till the 24th. And if it leaves earlier than that, hopefully this will get updated and whatever. I have to assume that all these dates showing in April are estimates. Anyway, this could change. It could get here a lot sooner. So B Kirby, you have a point there. These could come sometime in March, and that would push up this timeline significantly. I'm just going off of what this shows right now. And if all goes as shown here, you're looking at mid-April for it to hit the warehouse before it gets out to people. I hope you're right. And I hope it comes. I hope that the shipping goes smoothly and it gets here earlier for the sake of the people who ordered them. But if it doesn't, just be prepared. You're going to wait a little bit longer. You've waited this long and you've hung in there. You're going to wait a little bit longer. It's really about all I can say with that. All right. Let's round things off with some basic fun / Arcade1up news. And this is the problem when everything I have is on Facebook. As soon as Facebook decides to update itself, I lose it. Give me 1 second here. That is not what I want. There's too many freaking Arcade1up pages. Okay, here we go. Here we go. This is what I want. So a couple of things I want to bring up. And we'll start with this. So a lot of you probably saw this. I already did a video on this recently. But this is the announcement of the WWE Supreme Series, which is now available at Sam's Club. Turn that volume down a little bit there. But they put a video out showcasing the Supreme version of this, showing off 4-player action on the bigger machine. You go with just a quick look at that. And of course, if we move over to Sam's Club, and here it is on the Sam's Club website for $650. a lot of people have been, talking about how, it's showing is out of stock and stuff at different places. Hold on a minute. There we go. Just bring this up real quick. From what I understand, this may only be available at certain Sam's Clubs, or may not be fully available yet. Might not be till like closer to the end of the month before you start seeing more availability of this everywhere. But look at the control panel for this 19-inch. Again, listen, if you're used to what the XLs from Arcade1up were like, this is going to be very similar, obviously. Cab looks nice to me. I love that they fake it. Well, look, they hire actors to sit there and pretend to play the game, for sure. They're not real people. Those are not real people playing the game or anything. I mean, just come on, look at this. Look at this. Like, why is this guy all hunched over playing, and everybody else is standing up straight? Like, I'll tell you why. Because they didn't want this guy's head covering up this guy's head in the photo. That's why. That's why he's all hunched over. They're not really playing. B. Kirby says they're available in Chicago, so that's good to know. And I know, I've seen some posts and some stuff from different people. Yeah, Burnt Orange says he got his, he put his Supreme together this afternoon. So people are already getting their hands on this, which is cool. So, I've said it before. This one's not for me. I'm not a WrestleFest person at all. So I don't really care that much about this one personally. But for the people who wanted this, for the people who are excited about it, I'm excited for them. I hope they get some enjoyment out of it. I hope in some respects it's better than the Ultra that they put out. They should put NBA Jam on this cap too. Different developers. So, they can't do, I don't think they can do that for something like this. But I get it. It'd be nice to see more games on it anyway than just the 5 that they've got, for sure. But again, like I said, just wanted to bring that up. I did do a video on this previously, so you guys could check that out if you want. Don't want to spend too much time on it. But I did want to spend just a few more minutes before I wrap things up completely on this. So some of you may or may not have seen this post on Facebook too from Arcade1up Official. It says, see y'all at New York Toy Fair. Any guesses? And you've got this blue and orange shaded silhouette of a machine. And honestly, to me, it's a very generic shaped arcade cabinet. Doesn't look very different from what they did with WrestleFest or whatever. So I don't know if they are going with something that is just meant to be a generic shape and not necessarily represent a specific arcade machine, or if this is meant to be a specific arcade machine. I know a lot of people have guessed Pac-Man. Some people have said maybe Qbert, but I don't know. Be curious to see what you guys see. Did you see the first Toy Fair announcement? You might really appreciate it. I did not. Let me know what it is. Or maybe I did. If it's something toy related, I might have seen it. Oh, look at this. Arcade1up Official is here. Hey, guys. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by my show. I appreciate it. It's just a tease, they say. Okay, so maybe the colors don't necessarily represent anything. Maybe the shape doesn't necessarily represent anything. Um, so we will have to wait and see. Oh. Oh. Okay, side note for 1 second. This has nothing to do with Arcade1up or what we're talking about. But check this out. Oh. Oh, thank you, Moat. Thank you for sending this to me. Oh god, I love Sideshow collectibles. They are amazing, but god damn, are they expensive. Almost $500 for this sucker, but oh my god, does that look good. Look at this thing. That is a great looking figure, posable statue, whatever the hell you want to call it. Holy mackerel, these guys, it's Hot Toys, man. They're amazing. They are amazing. Dude, you ain't kidding. That is sick. That is just all right. All right. Sorry. I had to bring that up for a second. Moat, thank you for sharing that with me. Oh, that is so good. I wish I could get one of these days. I'm gonna throw some money together and get one of those Hot Toys because god, those things are so good looking. But anyway, sorry, I'm easily distracted. Back to the Arcade1up thing. We will have to wait and see what they have planned. Hopefully, we'll get some actual announcements out of the show. Let's see. Everything means something, just not in the way you might think. You'll find out Saturday. So, Arcade1up official, since you're here, are you going to be making some actual announcements coming out of the show? This isn't going to be another like behind closed doors things where only the people at the show know about it and we'll find out a few months down the road. Are there going to be some actual stuff that you're going to put on your social media and things like that over the weekend? I'd be curious to know that. Hopefully you can let us know since you're here in the chat, because this is something that I am definitely obviously going to be keeping an eye on. Blue, yellow, and that shape, maybe a Centauri Phoenix ab. Phoenix is already rumored to be one of the ones coming from New Wave Toys too, and I know again New Wave Toys is a little bit of a sore spot for some people. Yeah, Toy Fair is B2B, so what Bill said. James hates everything. Thank you for being here. Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that we don't have to wait months to find stuff out. I will tell you this. I have been talking behind the scenes with somebody who is actually going to be at the show, and I'm hoping to have him come on as a guest next week. I don't know if it's going to work out because, like I said, he's going to be at the show this whole week coming up. He even let me know. He's like, look, I don't know what kind of shape I'm going to be in on Wednesday. So he says, if I can make it, I will make it. I'll let you know. But I am trying to get a guest on the next show who's actually going to be at the Toy Fair. So hopefully we'll be able to get some information from him, what he's allowed to share. Because again, you go to these shows and sometimes there's NDAs built into them or embargoes or things that you are not allowed to share until a specific time and whatever. So I still haven't seen you answer my question. Are you going to make some official announcements over the weekend, or are we going to have to wait until it comes out in an article somewhere 2 or 3 months down the road? Bill confirms it. It's the Pac-Man jukebox. Oh God, no! Video Game Vegas, not the Pac-Man jukebox. Anything but that. Blue and yellow definitely don't make TMNT green. I wouldn't be surprised if TMNT is one of the ones that's there. I actually wouldn't be surprised if there's a Pac-Man there too, if I'm being honest. I've heard Mike B say that he doesn't believe that there's going to be any Supremes there, and he sounds like he knows something. I'll just kind of put it that way. Oh, okay. Maybe I missed it. Hang on. Let me see. So I saw this one. Everything means something, just not. You'll find out on Saturday. Did I miss another one a year? I don't see another. I don't see another one from you guys. Hang on. Unless it's just not showing up on my chat here. Let me see on the other screen really quick. It's just a tease. No, I must. I missed it. I'm not. If you answered it outright, I'm not seeing it. Sorry, guys. The only thing I see was this one. You said we'll find out on Saturday, so I'm hoping that means you're going to make an official announcement. If you're saying we'll find out on Saturday, I'm going to assume that means an official announcement is coming. That was the answer. Okay. Then I'm going to assume that means an official announcement is coming. Good. I'm looking forward to it. Okay. All right. Hey, Crypto Coffee. Good to see you. I received a gifted membership. Don't know who did it, but thank you if you're here. They answered without actually. Listen, guys, from Arcade1up Official, I'm glad you're here. Thank you for stopping by my show. I absolutely appreciate it. I'm glad to see you guys being more engaged, being in the chat on these shows. I'm glad to see you guys posting stuff on Facebook and stuff like that. So keep it up. Keep it coming. Keep us in the know. This is what we want. There we go. Official announcement. Thank you. Official announcement on social. So there you go. Thank you guys. I appreciate you making it crystal clear for dummies like me who don't get the subtlety. Obviously, when it's directly in my face. So guys, let's leave it at that. I know Arcades Anonymous, they're starting their show a little bit early here. So as soon as this show is done, it's going to redirect and go over to them so you guys can check them out for sure. But we've only got a couple of days left until the weekend. I'm hoping for some really good news. I'm hoping for some really good information. Everybody's saying Pokemon. I got to tell you, a Pokemon claw machine would be awesome, actually, if I'm being quite honest. Again, quick sidebar. I am very curious to see the Pokemon Stern Pinball, what that's going to be all about. I'm keeping an eye out for that. Once they start dropping what that looks like, I will do a video on that. So keep an eye out for that for sure. But guys, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for sticking with me on this Wednesday. I'm going to end the show here. Like I said, I think we've got some really good stuff to look forward to over the next week here coming out of Toy Fair. Whether you're, interested in what Arcade1up has to show, or whether you're just a toy fan, hopefully there's going to be some really cool stuff coming out of the show. And like I said, fingers crossed, if it works out and I can get my guests to come on next week, maybe we'll get some information right from somebody who has been at the show. We're keeping everyone on the edge of their seats. Well, the only thing I will say to that, guys, is you better deliver, because this community is brutal. You already know that. This community is brutal. If you're going to tease, you better bring it. And I'm rooting for you. I'm hoping you bring it. Okay. I'm rooting for you. I hope you bring it. So, guys, we'll see what happens this weekend. I will catch you guys real soon. Again, I will be on with Moat this Friday, Super Game Room Dudes. So I am looking forward to seeing all of you guys Friday evening. We will probably talk a lot more about a lot of this same stuff, but it'll still be fun. And one last thing here, it looks like the announcement is coming Saturday morning. So keep an eye out for that. Oh, look at this. My daughter stopped by real quick just to say hi. Telling you guys to leave a like for it. Please, if you enjoy it, leave a thumbs up. It definitely helps the channel. If you're watching and you're not subscribed, do the subscribe thing. Ring the bell for notifications so you'll be notified when I do stupid stuff like start the show a half hour early. Okay. And thank you to Nerd Lounge Master and B Kirby for the gifted memberships. Again, if you guys want to support the channel, 99 cents a month, become a Billbarian. It helps the channel out, helps me continue doing what I'm doing. Guys, enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Go check out Arcades Anonymous. Moat and I will see you Friday evening on Super Game Room Dudes. And in the meantime, have fun and take care.